For today's episode of Road to the Show, we have come down the Old Kent Road to visit Losers Tea, run by Marty and Luigia. So we're going to give them a knock. Hello, mate. Marty, Luigia, thank you so much for having us down into your Losers Tea den. It's amazing in here. How did it start?
Well, it all started really with the shed was our inspiration. When the shed started, we thought, well, this is great. These guys, you know, they're going places. Let's do our own thing. And we did. We formed the Losers, you know, because we thought if we, you know, the losers, there's more losers than winners. So we've got a chance then. And also, once you're a loser, you've got nothing to prove. So you can just really enjoy yourself.
And so when was this? This was what?
2014.
And when did tea become the part of this?
Well, tea's always part of bike and culture, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
all riding culture, driving culture. You know, you can't drink with much booze. So what do? You've got the wonderful tea hut of Blackheath.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we want to carry on with that tradition. And we saw all these amazing events that were taking place, bringing together the community, and we wanted to be part of that. And how better than to put a tea stall together for people to come and get a decent cup of tea, a nice biscuit, a bit of banter, and some familiar faces that they can have a bit of fun with.
So Losers MCC and Losers Tea was born, and you guys first came to the Bike Shed show, we think 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
that was at Tobacco. And you've been there ever since?
We've been there ever since, and you can't get rid of us now.
Absolutely not. We wouldn't want to. You power me through
We're
the show.
not going. So we'll be there every year, making the tea, drinking as much of it as possible ourselves, of course, while we're there. Biscuit as well, tea and biscuit, because I always think that when you have a cup of tea, you always need a biscuit.
Something in the other hand.
So for us, it's tea and biscuit. You're sorted at the Losers Tea store.
Amazing. But I mean, I guess for motorcycle culture for you goes back a long, long way.
Since I was a kid, really.
Yeah.
My dad used to have a Norton, and he had a little motorbike club when he was young, and he inspired me, and I've got a Norton myself. You know?
Yeah.
My dad had a Dominator, but I've got a Commando, and so I'm carrying on that family tradition. And ever since I was a kid, loved bikes and still love them now. And it's not leaving me. And once it's got you, it's got you.
Well, the thing I love looking around your space here is there's all different types of bikes as well. So I saw the Norton. Yeah. There's a lot of vintage Speedway in here.
Oh, yeah. Love the Speedway.
You bring some of these to the show this year?
I'd love to.
That'd be brilliant. They're wonderful things. And then you were saying you were riding, when were you riding this weekend?
Rode last weekend, and I'm riding this weekend as well at Lid. Last weekend was Iwade, Sheerness, and this weekend's at Lid, and I'll be out on the vintage JAPs, 2 of them here. Yeah. And be taking those out and giving them a little blast round. As you
had to go on the Speedway, Luigia?
I have actually. So Martin's, you know, the latest bug that he had is the Speedway, and he's trying to get more and more people to come down the Speedway. So he's getting the losers to come down, and I thought, well, you know what, I'll have a little go. So I got my little card, had to become a member, which I think costs like all of £1 or something to become a member of the race fraternity.
License, it's a NORA license.
Yeah.
You know, it's like an ACU license, but it's NORA for this one.
Yeah, it was super cheap, and I had to go at doing the cycle. Which,
so on a methanol burning, no braked, rigid flying machine.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was, you know, it was something to do for my birthday, something different. So you know, I love motorbikes. I'm the same as Martin. You know, I've always been into motorbike culture from living in a small town. The way you got around is jumped on the back of somebody's motorbike and off you went to get out to a gig or whatever when you were younger, especially, you know, didn't have the travel connections and things like that in small towns. So I've always been into motorbikes, and there's a couple of us in the losers that are professional pillions. So we're
professional pillions.
Yeah, we call ourselves a professional pillion.
Excellent.
So you know, what else is a professional pillion going to do but take it to the next level, which is to go on to a speedway bike and go around a track.
Oh man,
that's great.
And when I got off, you know, the rest of the losers like, well done, Luigia, well done. Like all calm. Go, yeah, well done, Luigia, well done. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't have done that. And I was like, oh, if I'd have known that before, it might have made me like a bit nervous. But yeah, that was it was great. And I'd do it again. It was really good fun.
Oh, nice. And so you got the Speedway bikes. There's loads of awesome vintage stuff in here to look at. But there's also you got your Marini, which you've been on the track days with us, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I love the shed track days at Branchats, and this year you've got another one coming up, haven't you?
Yeah.
Mate? I'll be on that as well. And the Marini, I love that Marini. You know, 500 Marini, round brands. I mean, it's perfect for it. Any corner, it just flies round, and it's a great day out.
I also saw a Fireblade, so that's the other end of the spectrum.
Well, you know, at some point, really, you got to bite the bullet, and you know, going round brands on your classic motorcycle, you're going to get blitzed, really.
Right.
And I've bought the Blade just so I can, you know, if you can't beat them, join them.
You're right.
So I've now joined that fraternity, and it's, you know, it's still a lot of fun. But between the Marini and the Blade, I don't think there's a lot of difference for me. They're very different, but the enjoyment factor, strangely, the Blade's, you know, 10 times faster. It's not 10 times more enjoyment. It's the same sort of thing.
Still having a good time.
You're still having a good time. You're still enjoying yourself. You're still getting around those bends, and yeah, it's a great day out. And it's like a bath for the brain. You know, anything else you've got going on in your life, once you're at brands, that's all forgotten about, and you're just on the track, and whew, that's it. You're having a day out for you and your brain, and you feel much better afterwards.
Amazing. So, I mean, what eras-wise you got in there? The vintage Speedway bikes, when are they from? They're kind of...
Well, this one is probably mid-50s.
Right.
So that's probably 70 years old.
And when's the Marini? Is that a 70s?
The Marini is 81.
81, yeah, right.
That's 81. The rest of the bikes, I think these are late 70s. Jawa in there, it's 80s.
The first bike I met you on was your Guzzi.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a Le Mans?
That's a Le Mans. So Le Mans 3, but I've made it a little bit more cafe racer. I've had that, I think, 28 years now.
Really? Did you buy it new?
No, I bought it second hand, and every year I usually do a Valentine's card on Facebook, and it's usually me looking lovingly at the Motorbikes. So it's the longest relationship I've ever had.
Right.
And
nice.
Brings
beautiful.
a tear to your eye.
It does, doesn't
it's
it?
just so beautiful.
A man in his machine.
So relatable. So relatable.
Should we go have a look around? Should we have a look at some of the other bikes?
Yeah.
Great. I'll turn this light on, and we'll go for a... Well, obviously music, a big part of Losers culture too.
Yeah, well, we got a Losers band, Losers Dirty Motorcycle Rock and Roll Band, sort of runs off your tongue, that rolls off your tongue.
Is this the one you did? So you did a record, didn't you?
We've made a record.
Yeah, let's try. We've only got a few, but we'll do a really decent rate on them.
Okay.
Okay, if you'd like a record.
It's gone. Yeah, I won't pick one out. Hang on, we got one in here because you lads are.
So you made a. Let's have a look.
Look at that.
I love it. Losers rock.
Discerning jukeboxes around the world have this in their collection.
The B side is an instrumental.
Right.
And the A side, there's 10 of us on the A side.
Right.
And yeah,
Are you singing Luigia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all singing a line each.
Yeah.
As I said, we made it all in one day. Went to the studio.
Wonderful.
You know? I just don't think it's got out to. It's not reached enough people yet.
Well, we'll get it there. Maybe we'll play a little bit now during the video.
Or maybe why don't we? We've never asked one of the DJs at the Bike Shed to pop on our record, have we?
They don't do vinyl, do
they? Might have a slightly different setup. We'll figure it out. And are these all Speedway trophies?
They're all Speedway trophies and tea drinking trophies.
Tea drinking trophies.
Yeah.
Which we may or may not have won.
Okay.
But they're nice.
They're beautiful.
But to be fair, Martin's won quite a lot of trophies.
Yeah, and sometimes you still win things when you bid on eBay, don't you?
Yeah, well, but also we're losers, so we're going to collect up the winners' trophies because we're such a bunch of losers.
Love this.
Oh yeah. So when you have a party, you've got a variable. So
we'll dip through here and have a look at some of the bikes.
Yeah. Let's go through.
Right there, Kane. You squeeze through the gap. So we've got the Norton down the far end, and then you've got your Guzzi next to that. I like that you've even dressed to match the Guzzi today, Marty. It's lovely.
Yeah, Norton 850 Interstate, lovely bike. I mean, what's not to like on them, eh? Still very usable machine nowadays. You know, they just do everything well. I've taken it to Brands a few times as well.
Have you?
It's great. So,
and are they your Speedway bibs on the wall there?
Yeah, these are New Cross. So this was pre-war. This was a New Cross, but it's like the Maltese cross.
Yeah.
Which German army, of course, you know, took that on. So post-war, they changed it because I suppose, because of the connotations, and that was the new design post-war. New Cross Speedway is only about a quarter of a mile down the road from here. It's long gone, the track.
Yeah.
But I'm still, you know, keen on the history of it, and I'm almost there every day. I walk the dog over the old track.
Yeah.
So there's nothing left of it at all. But
you can see the ridges still. There's ridges in there.
Sort of, you can, and yeah, it's still for me has some sort of yeah. I still feel an affinity to it for some reason.
Do you know at the bike shed in Shoreditch, the wood around the bar is from the old Walthamstow dog track?
Oh, right.
Did they ever do Speedway there?
Yes, they did.
They did.
Yeah, there was quite a few tracks in London: Hackney, the West Ham, Crystal Palace, New Cross.
Yeah.
Croydon had a track, I think. Wimbledon, Wembley. So there was many tracks around, but you know, nowadays, of course, it's few and far between. But there's still a few tracks about, and I love getting out on them.
Are these all your sprockets for the Speedway bikes?
Yep, this is how you change the gear, and there's no gearbox on a Speedway bike.
Right.
So all the tracks are different sizes. There's no regular size, because they were just years ago made up on whatever size land someone had to put a track on. So the only way you can get the right gearing for the track is changing your rear sprocket.
Excellent.
Giving you the gearing.
Yeah. And is this some old Speedway bodywork up here?
Front guards.
Front guards.
Yeah, to stop the dirt spraying over your engine.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And then you got the new blade.
The blade.
It's got the
1000 RR. It's a lovely thing. I mean, you go out around the track and say the Moto Guzzi or even the Norton, you know, by the end of the day, you're knackered.
Yeah.
But if you go out on the blade, at the end of the day, you're fine.
Easy. Are you taking that out this weekend, did you say?
I'm taking this out Thursday.
Nice.
Brands Hatch.
Nice.
Yeah. I plan now to do as much riding as I can, track-wise.
Yeah.
You know, before, you know, your knee goes or something like that, or something happens. So for now, every track day I can, I'm out.
Out. So, awesome.
There you go.
And then this is
a Jawa 897, which
they look great.
Quintessential Speedway bike, I think. It won many championships, and it's almost 20 years development to get to this. And when you get on it, you can feel it. It's just a head and shoulders above other bikes. And I was out on this last Saturday.
Really? And you maintain, build them all, do a lot of it all yourself?
Yeah, the great thing about them, there's not a lot to them, a Speedway bike.
And so, also, how long does it take you before you spend 5 minutes racing and a week building it?
No, they say for every minute on the track, it's an hour in the workshop.
Right.
And that sounds like, well, that can't really work, but it actually is.
It's true. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
It will take you all day there. You'll be there all day at the track, and you'll probably be out total track time 5 minutes.
Well, that's why you need all the tea, isn't it, in the workshop?
Well, you do need
biscuits.
Yeah.
And you need that. Well, any bike building, as we know, I mean, people think bike and beer, but it doesn't work. Beer's only good for talking about bikes, but not building bikes. So, you know, for building bikes, you need tea for contemplating, thinking, working on it, and then, you know, just standing back and looking at what you've done. And thinking, yeah.
Tea for working, beer for talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good. Oh, man, there is so much stuff to look at in here. Got some mighty spanners going on.
Yeah, they're for stirring the tea when we make a big
Stirring the tea?
Yeah.
When we've got those big urns, we've got 2 urns to put on at the bike shed because we get through a lot of tea while we're there.
Through a lot.
So, yeah, 2 big hot urns, you know. You never know when you need to, you know, that kind of equipment.
Because, I mean, the years of doing the bike shed show, and you do loads of other shows, don't you, as well? You go down to Park in the Market in Greenwich, and
We've tried different places, but it really only works within a sort of the subculture of bikes and cars. You know, you can't put it in a normal market stall because they just don't get what it's about. But it was set up to be something for the community that, you know, are on the road, the 2 wheels, 4 wheels drinkers, you know. So that's what it's at.
We're not really interested in doing it elsewhere. We only want to be amongst the bikes with the tea.
Making friends.
Yeah, making friends and drinking tea.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank you.
Thank you for powering me through the show every year with all the tea. I don't think the thing would have happened without you guys. So.
Well, we look forward to seeing you at the show and take this with you and enjoy it. All the best.
Thank you. Cheers, Luigia.
Cheers. Up the losers.
Up the losers.
I mean, I thought that went really well.